Hello. So it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and you've guessed it, no sleep. Um, that's becoming a little bit of a pattern now, but I think things will probably calm down again, I hope. This time it was not nerve pain, but ribs, between the ribs and 11 and 12. It feels like something has come out or gone under something, or I just have a real big feeling of pressure down there, um, which sometimes happens as a result of getting into bed. Um, and right up the right side of my back. So I got up because there's no point in me even trying to sleep. It's not going to happen. Um, Yesterday, right, going back, I only did a video I think 2 days ago. I'd been in a lot of pain. I'd been in bed all day Monday and all day Tuesday, with nerve pain, really bad. I mean, it has to be for me to go to bed, really. Um, but I used my Shakti mat, or Yantra mat, out of desperation. It's a mat that has plastic sort of pins. There's about 1,000 of them. You lie on it. It's based on a bed of nails, and it's kind of based on acupuncture, so nothing actually pierces your skin, but the pressure sort of, it stimulates the nervous system and stimulates blood flow. Um, it's it is quite painful, but it's nothing compared to the pain that I get from the rib issues. Um, and after about a minute, it's actually quite relaxing, and I found that helped me a lot, to the point where I could, I've been out of bed for a few days. So it helped with the nerve pain tremendously. It's still there, but it's not at a kind of the level where I'm completely incapacitated and unable to do anything. But now 11 and 12 are playing up, and I've got that pressure feeling and the pain at the tip of 12, and between 12 and the hip. So I think I've done something there. It's like swings and roundabouts. If I haven't got one pain, I've got the other. Some pains are worse than others. I have had two lots of good news in the past 2 days. Yesterday, actually, 1st of April, and they weren't April Fools. So the first one is that this is big. This is really amazing. I found out that the World Health Organization has completed their international classification of diseases, the ICD-11, and it includes slipping rib syndrome. So it's now a globally recognized diagnosis with a code, and the code is FB82.Y. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know really what this means, but the sense of validation that the World Health Organization has finally recognized after 103 years, that slipping rib syndrome is real and exists, that kind of makes me feel like it'll be easier for doctors who don't know about it to look it up, that there will be more research into it, and that more people will get diagnosis or referrals without having to fight as much as me and others have had to fight. And that is amazing. If that happens, it really is. And I think it's one of the first steps towards people in the medical community being aware of SRS and related conditions. So I was really, really happy about that. Fun fact, slipping rib syndrome was first described in 1919, so that was 103 years ago. It did appear in some medical texts, but generally it was omitted. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody knows why, and that's why doctors aren't taught about it, and generally don't really know about it. The ones that do have found out themselves, or because they've got it, or because one of their patients has it and they haven't given up on their patient. So yeah, that's really good. The other bit of good news that I had was that I got a letter from the Department for Work and Pensions, and they've awarded me PIP, personal independence payment. So for anyone who's in the US or other parts of the world that might watch this, it's basically it's disability payment, but it's very hard to get, and the criteria is very specific, and there's been a lot of things in news and things about people discriminating and treating people very badly, and I've read and heard a lot of that stuff, and I've heard that a lot of people get denied and have to appeal, and then have to go to court, and that courts overturn 70% of denials, and I think they do that to save money. So I was expecting them to say no, you're not entitled to it, and to have to fight more, and to have to appeal and go through all that legal stuff, which can take up to 4 years. But that's not the case. So that's a huge weight off my shoulders, because I don't generally talk about my personal finances, because it's not really anybody's business, but this has affected me hugely, because my partner has difficulties and can only work part-time. I used to work full-time, and you never think that something like this is going to happen to you, and I never imagined that I would ever be in a position where I was struggling to walk and would be in pain, in incurable pain every day, and struggle with daily tasks. We just don't think it's going to happen to us. So it's it's a big weight off, because we get statutory sick pay when we're off work in the UK, which is £96 a week. That doesn't even cover the mortgage, and because I own a house and I don't rent, I don't, there's no help towards that. And I was worried at one point about maybe losing the house, but yeah, I mean, my partner's parents have been helping us out, and my dad has been helping us out. And I got the PIP has been backdated to December, so I was able to pay my dad back, because I owed him nearly £2,000, and my partner's parents. So from now, at least I can sort of not be a financial burden on anybody else, and sort of pay my mortgage and bills and things. We'll still have to be careful with food and stuff, but until I can hopefully work again, we're able to live and survive and still have a house and stuff. So that is something that has been on my mind, and has been a struggle. So that's really good news. I think with PIP, the more evidence you send them, and the more honest you are about things. I mean, I don't know completely how it works. I just know it's really hard. But it's that's over now. The other bit of news that I have is one of the ladies in the slipping rib syndrome group had an appointment booked this week with my surgeon, and she had a letter 6 days before to say that the appointment's been cancelled, because they're having more cancer patients admitted. She was very, very upset, and I think anybody in our position sort of would be, but I think that obviously it's the right thing to do. Doctors have to make difficult decisions, and the NHS in this country is still really struggling because of COVID and staff absences and Brexit and all the other difficult stuff that's been happening over the past few years. So based on that, I was counting the days down, literally. as I did before my ultrasound, just to have something to have sort of to look forward to, I suppose, like a milestone. I decided I'm going to stop that because my appointment could be cancelled too, and if I count down and expect the appointment on that day, even though I've it's booked and everything, I could be setting myself up for big disappointment. So I'm stopping the countdown, and I'm telling myself that it's possible that it might not be on that date, but I will be seen, and I will be, I'm in the best hands. So yeah, that's it really. I'm a bit annoyed about the sleep situation because I am actually really tired, and I was really tired when I went to bed, but unfortunately the pain has decided that this isn't the time to be sleeping. So I'm probably going to go back to bed soon and see if I can fall asleep on my back, because I can't go another full day without sleep. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on what's been going on.